Okie dokie. Let's give it a few seconds. And we'll just do one of these numbers here. All right, that's one. And here's number two. Let's put this in there. All right. Okay, well, I'm back, and we're going to colorize this thing. This should be a short segment. Okay, it's more or less totally dry. It's got some tackiness to it, but that's okay. It's not gonna smear too bad. Let's make sure the focus is right here. All right. So, going to glaze all of this, okay? I might put some thicker paint on there. We'll see how it goes. I don't know if I'll use all these colors. We'll see. Yellow ochre, cad orange, cad red, titanium white, and phthalo green. That's about all we need. Alrighty. Let's put a nice light coat of vegetable glycerin on here, which will make the paint transparent, and you can easily blend it and all of that. Now, basically all we're doing is just adding color to this. Alright. You put the color anywhere you like. Okay, remember it's transparent. So, and yeah, that's basically it. So we'll transform this whole black and white painting to a color. Remember, grays are very inviting colors. They accept anything. Okay, tone. All right, it's not really a color. Okay, I got a 2-inch flat brush, and we'll just glaze on some. Now, with all this paint on, the glaze will apply quite easily, and it applies pretty easily with a flat brush anyway. And try to put on a nice even coat. Vegetable glycerin really depends on how warm your room is. Okay, I don't have to really rub this stuff too hard on here, and I can bring some of it down. I don't have to really saturate it that much. It would do you best that you don't saturate it. All right, like I say, you're just glazing on color, and I will just go back and forth, make sure everything's pretty much even. All right, like so, just make it even. All right, okay, hey sugar plum, yeah, I'm gonna finish it live. I did it, in black and white, live, so I'm gonna Ted Turner this thing. Okay, all right. So we got a nice thin glaze of glycerin, and once again the colors are let me think here. Yellow ochre, cad orange, cad red, titanium white, and phthalo green. All right. Okay, you don't need a whole lot of paint for this either. Okay, let's deal with a little bit of this yellow ochre, just a little bit. Okay, and we'll slap the yellow ochre, I don't know, somewhere around in this area right here. Put some in the sky there, why not? Just kind of play with it a little bit. Put it down there, just like that. Okay, all right. You know what? Let's put another coat of that down there. Why not? See, you can just layer the color on. Get it as thick as you want. Okay. Okay. I'll just wipe off my brush Let's get a little bit of this transparent color orange, okay? And we'll play with the orange up around in here. In between the trees a little bit. Let's put some orange in there like that. And mix it in with that ochre, just a tad there, just like that. And we'll throw some in here. Pop it in between the trees a little bit there. Just fade it in there. And you mix some of that orange in with the ochre a little bit, okay? Put it right in there. Now, if I don't necessarily want it in the trees, I don't have to have it in the trees, okay? You don't have to, really. Okay. Put some of that love up in here too. Just borrow some from here and just put a little bit of that in there like that. Okay. Let's mess with a small amount of phthalo green. Let me wipe off my brush here. All right. Let me do something with this chat. Sometimes if people chat or say, hey, I really don't see it too well. A little tiny bit of green there. Just a little bit. Even this might be a little much, but we'll see. And we'll kind of pop that in there. And we'll fade some of that up above here real light. Just like that. Fade a little bit in there. Pop it in there real quick. And you just keep blending and it'll just fade away. Keep blending. Have the colors appear to melt right into each other there. All right. I'm going to get a little touch more and we'll kind of pop a little bit of that love in here a little bit. I can wipe a little bit of that off. The fog. See, I can lighten that fog up. See this? See, put it wherever you need, wherever you want. See, I got to wipe that fog right out of there. That's a good thing about messing around with glazes. See how it just wipes off? See that? Okay. I want some of that fog to be a little prevalent, which is why I'm taking it away. Just wipe it right off. All right, let's take a small amount of red. Red is a very powerful color. You follow me? Yeah. Very powerful. Just a little touch of that red. Borrow some from here. Add it up here. And put it right into that orangey color there. Fade it in there. Let it travel a little bit. Some goes down a little further than others. You just want a nice even blend of color. And you just, a series of X strokes there. Just keep at it. Keep at it. I'll bring some of it down. Make the X strokes a little longer. Okay. Just a little touch of red. And each color has its own unique kind of properties, so you'll know which ones will take a little bit of work to kind of smooth out. Red is one of them. Okay, just keep working at it. A lot of X strokes, move that paint around. Keep working at it there. Careful adding white to something like this, because white once again leaves a chalky residue. So try to maybe steer away from using a lot of white. Okay. Well, I'm still looking, still checking out some spots there. And I might want to take a little touch of orange, just a little touch, and bring it over here by the white trees here. Just kind of deaden them a little bit there. There we go. Kind of orange them up a little bit there. All right. Okay. I'm still looking at things, still checking them out here and there. I think I might add a small touch of green in this dark red in here. So pop a little color in there. And like I say, you just want a little piece of that color showing through. Okay, just a little bit. I'll wipe away some of that off the edge there. So it's just a little shade, a little hint of color there. Okay. I might slap in a little bit of ochre down here. A little hint of yellow ochre just underneath the fog here, just to keep that fog look going. Right about there. Okay. And I'm gonna remove some of that green from the eagle and some of that fog there. Just roll it around a little bit, just to remove some of that color there. And you can do a gradual. There's no real hard line in any of this. Okay. I want some of that, some of the tree to kind of show a little more, so we'll remove some of that color. Let the tree stick out a little bit there. Side of the brush, I'll flip it. I'll flip it around here. Just to bring some of that darkness back. Really, it's just the center of the tree. That's all. Okay. Okay. So I'm looking at it, just checking it out. See what else I can do with it. I can probably play around with a little bit more. I'll play around with a little more orange, maybe. We'll brighten up certain aspects of the mountain a little bit. Just a little bit. X strokes. Now, glycerin will expand as it dries, so you won't see a lot of strokes or streak strokes. No brush strokes. Okay, so it's fine to get these guys covered in a little bit of that, so it adds to that little mistiness to it. But these fellows kind of standing out there. All right. Okay, I can bless this front with a little more green also. Why not? I'm just thinning it out in spots. Right in here a little bit. Pop it in there in the corner. Just like that. you'll still see tones and values in there. Okay, I'm gonna clean off my brush. Now, water and hot glycerin, not a good mix. Hello, Maria, how are you? I'm Ted Turner colorizing a black and white painting I did earlier today, like a few hours ago. And I'll get rid of some of this green. Let some of the fog become a little more prevalent. Circular movement, it gets rid of that fog. Get rid of the paint. All right, glycerin, water goes through glycerin like a hot knife through butter. All right, okay. So we've got our bits of red in there. We got our, we can, I'll take a little bit of ochre in this corner and kind of light that up a little bit. Just like that. We'll lighten some of that up. Just like that. I mean, we can add all sorts of cute little things to it to kind of, either you can lighten up the sky, darken the sky, you know, whatever you feel it needs. Okay. All right, that's enough of that. Let's do a few bits of highlighting on the trees here. I guess I can use, I'm gonna use one of my fan brushes. I would rather use one of the thicker hogged hair brushes, so I'll dig out a couple of those. I think this one would do fine. Okay, so trees over here on the right. I'll take some of this green here. I don't have to add anything to it really. I could pop a little white in there, but we'll just take it and we'll add some. And what this will do is actually bring that tree more in the front. And I'll try to keep the darks in the middle more or less. Okay. And really just kind of highlight the outside guys here. Some little hints of green in there. All right. And we can do a little bit of that love here. You don't need much paint. A few taps. Just, you know, to show that even though anything up close to us is pretty much black or dark, silhouetted a little bit, you can still offer a little bit of color in there. You sneak some of that color in there. Okay, it's not going to hurt. It's not going to hurt anything. Okay. So, some people will prefer the colored version. Some people will not. Everybody's their own different artist, and that's fine. I'm okay with that. So now I can pretty much just play around with it and see what I like and not like. And so I'll take a brush and we'll just start adding, you know, little bits of color here and there. I'll take a little bit of orange, like I say, transparent stuff here. Maybe a little bit of orange up here. It's just what it's going to do more or less is just mix with that red a little bit. So I'm just going to brighten up a few spots there. Put some of it down here. And once again, a series of X strokes. Just smooth everything out. Okay. And go light. I can feel it, the glycerin becoming tacky, so I can go lighter with the strokes. And once again, I'm just kind of playing around with a little color in certain spots in here. Just like that. And we might want some of the details of the clouds to show a little bit better. Up to you. But you still see all sorts of tones and variances of color in there. That's the gray that's helping that happen. Okay. So if somebody looks at a painting like this, they generally will ask you, how on earth did you even do this? Okay. All right. I can give a few cute highlights to the front tree. What it's going to do is just bring the tree out in the front more. The trees out in the front more. I'll take a beat down, weathered fan brush. I'll just get a few specks of white and just kind of dabble in this leftover green here. And little baby pieces of. What it's gonna do is mix in a little with the green that's on there. Now, technically, if you thin this paint out, it would show with a little water. Actually, it would show a little more. Get a little bit of white there. Thin paint does stick much better to thick paint. Once again, though, baby touches though. See this? See the brightness? And little dots. Since I started the dots, I might as well finish them. I'll go back up here and add a few going in different little directions there. Then I'll come back out here. I'll twirl and twist my brush around a little bit. Like so. And you see, it just brings it out. You don't have to add much at all, really. Couple dots. Bring some on the other side a little bit. If you feel you're not getting any, it's time more likely for you to get a little more paint. And I'm just adding these little dots look like little pine needles in there. Just like that. You don't have to go overboard with it at all. Okay. And believe it or not, I really don't think I have much more to do with this. That's just about it. I can take I'll take a little bit of red, I'll put it in with this green and darken it a little bit here. It's gonna kind of gray it. Now I want it to be a little more green than that. So just a slight touch of this phthalo green. I could put a flatter green in there. And I do have a flatter green. I think I got straight sap green somewhere. But nah. No, it'll kill some of that other aspect of color in there, that red. Okay. That's cool. And then I can really pop in a little bit of texture for the grass in here. You barely see it, but it is in there. Okay. If I gotta get it a touch brighter, I will, but I'm just checking it out here. Now, if I want it a little brighter, I'll just add a very slight bit of white. I don't want it to really be seen that strong. And I do little patches like that in and out here. Get some more. I just wanted to barely be seen, just little hints of this stuff. Little hints. Still want the illusion of it being kind of misty, a little foggy back there. So not too much detail in that grass. Just enough though. this is probably a very quick stream because not really much to it. I've done log cabins and houses and such in the same manner. I've glazed with portraits and whatnot before. The lighter your gray, the more mysterious and more set back it'll also be. Okay. What else? I mean, really, that's about it. I've already signed it. Not much to really do after that. It's just to let it dry. Now, glycerin, once again, you have to let it fully dry. So it'll take a little while for it to do its thing. I don't think I need anything out of here. I can take this and put it back. As far as this stuff, I doubt I'll be doing any other painting. I can just kind of make all this go away. No big deal. No big deal. This would be an easy cleanup job here. I knew this segment won't take very long because once again you're glazing color because most of your tones and values are already there in the initial painting, even if it is black and white. Almost don't seem fair how easy it is to clean this palette. And there we go, like it's never been used. Okay, clean as a whistle. Now we'll make that palette disappear there. All right, and we'll put this more or less in the center. Forgive my hand there. We'll kind of slap it in focus there real quick. All right, and we'll just take off the tape. I tend to forget what layer of tape I put on first. There we go. You don't necessarily have to have tape on your board for a border. It's really up to you, your preference. I particularly want to do it because to me it just gives me a slightly more professional appearance. I have done paintings without a border, so it really depends on your subject. Okay. Pull and lift, go in the opposite direction. Don't ever pull and lift and go inward, because if the paint and the paint, if the tape and the paint dry together and you go inside, you're just gonna tear you're gonna tear into your paper. Even if you work on canvas, you'll tear into the canvas with it. So go in the opposite direction. All right. There we go. At least I'll show it to you with the border there. All right. And so she looks like that. And people will wonder, how on earth did you paint that? Okay. And all it is really is you painting over a neutral color, which is gray. This is a basic gray, just black and white. All right. And the colors used is really transparent. Orange is transparent. Well, yeah. Orange is transparent. Yellow is transparent. It's easily seen through. Okay. So, and the glycerin will make it even more so. So there's actually glycerin all over this, and I just put the paint right on top, and you can move it around, manipulate it, and you know, do what you need to do it. The fog, all I did really is just take the brush, press a little harder, a clean brush, and just lifted the paint right off the fog. Okay, so that's it. That's exactly how I did it. Okay, and so I did this painting more or less traditional, but I mean I could have put yellow ochre in the center, then orange, then red at the end, and did the whole painting like that, which would give this painting a whole different look. Okay, so yeah, you know, but that's basically how it is, how it goes. Okay, Once again, if anybody's interested in this thing, all you gotta do really is message me. All right. The rose is gone. The rose sold that night. So that's gone. It's already packaged and everything. So, and 2 more paintings left today. So, but yeah, I paint these for other people's living rooms, not necessarily mine. You know, this one here I'm gonna have to let dry overnight, so that the glycerin can evaporate off of here. Glycerin does take a little bit longer to dry than just traditional acrylic paint. So, but that's why I use it as a medium, because you can blend and do all sorts of effects with it. So it's very useful, and it's just vegetable glycerin. You know, get it at the hardware store or whatever. But mine I order online. I can get the giant 1 gallon bottles of it. So because I use so much of it, you know. Okay, an extremely short tutorial. It's good to see you there, Maria. Sugar Plum, welcome back. I'm sure there's a few others in there checking it out. And hello to the lurkers. I don't mind. So if nobody has any questions, I'm just checking my notifications here. I get quite a few, and if they're really no interest, I just make them disappear. I don't think there's really anything else. This is a rarity just to be over 30 minutes. But once again, I knew that this will be a quick session. I did have to break it up in 2 parts. I had, somewhere to go. So, I don't know what my next lesson will be at the time of me doing this video. I've already done an elk. I believe I had a request to do tuna, and a tuna hooked on a fishing line with a hook coming out of his mouth. And I believe the client wants it half in the water and half out the water. And he wants it on a very large canvas. I do have a large canvas. So I might tackle that one. And that one will probably be probably a 2 or 3 day project by itself. I'm going to really have to paint in the water fairly decently, and the fish, obviously, got to definitely take my time with that one. So, yeah. All right, guys and gals, I appreciate you coming through, and I appreciate you coming through, and I shall see you guys when I see you. And until next time, please take care, be safe, and well, peace. Oh, thank you for Maria, appreciate it.